CPU. The Central Processing Unit, or CPU, is a small square chip that sits on the motherboard, usually covered by a cooling fan. It is often called the brain of the computer because it handles the basic instructions to make everything work. For example, when you type something, open a program, or browse the internet, it's all the CPU's role. It is really powerful at doing a few complex tasks one after another. But despite being so important, a CPU is specifically optimized for handling a smaller number of complex tasks one after another. So if you suddenly ask it to process thousands of simple calculations at the exact same time, other specialized chips can often do the job much more efficiently. That's why we need other chips to help it out. In fact, every modern computer contains multiple specialized processors working together behind the scenes. The CPU acts more like the manager, coordinating all these different chips to make the entire system run smoothly. GPU. The Graphics Processing Unit, or GPU, is a rectangular board with a large chip in the center, usually covered by fans to keep it cool. Unlike the CPU, the GPU is specifically designed to handle thousands of calculations simultaneously. This makes it perfect not only for graphics, but also for simulations, scientific computing, and modern AI workloads. Because it has thousands of smaller cores, it can calculate millions of pixels on your screen at the same time. So when you play heavy games or do 3D rendering, the GPU is the one doing the hard work. But just a side note though, because GPUs are so good at doing many things at once, they are also used heavily today for training AI. In fact, some of the world's largest AI systems are trained using thousands of GPUs working together at the same time. Without GPUs, modern AI would be dramatically slower and far more expensive to build. DSP, or Digital Signal Processor, is a tiny chip that you usually find hidden inside smartphones or audio equipment. Its main job is to take continuous, real-world signals, like sound or voice, and turn them into digital numbers that the device can process. For example, when you use noise-canceling headphones on an airplane, the DSP is the one actively listening to the background noise and instantly canceling it out. Without a DSP, your CPU would have to handle all that continuous audio, which means your music would probably stutter or lag, and your battery would drain faster. DSPs are also heavily used in smartphone cameras, voice assistants, and wireless communication systems. Because they are built for signal processing, they can perform these tasks much faster and more efficiently than a normal CPU. ISP. The ISP, or Image Signal Processor, is another tiny chip that's usually built into your phone's processor. It deals specifically with photos and videos. When you take a picture, the camera lens just captures raw light, which usually looks dark and grainy. So the ISP steps in to instantly fix the focus, adjust the brightness, and balance the colors before the photo is actually saved. That's why two different phone brands can use the exact same camera lens, but one takes way better photos than the other. It's because of the quality of their ISP. NPU, or Neural Processing Unit, is a dedicated part of a processor that is becoming the standard in modern laptops and smartphones. It is built for one reason: to handle AI tasks. In fact, many of the new AI PCs being released today include dedicated NPUs because AI features are increasingly being processed directly on the device instead of in the cloud. So while a normal CPU can technically run AI, it's very inefficient and consumes a lot of power. When you use your phone's face unlock, or when you blur your background on a video call, the NPU handles it. This way, the CPU is free to keep the system running smoothly, and your battery doesn't drain in an hour. But besides just saving battery, having an NPU is also a really good thing for your privacy because it processes everything right there on your device. It doesn't need to send your voice or photos over the internet to a server. This means things like offline translation or smart photo editing happen a lot faster, and your personal data stays completely secure. TPU. A TPU, or Tensor Processing Unit, is a custom-built chip created by Google. But unlike the previous chips we talked about, you won't find this inside a normal PC. These are massive chips placed inside Google's data centers. If an NPU is a small chip for your phone, a TPU is built strictly to train massive AI models and run heavy workloads like Google Translate and AI chatbots. Because they consume a massive amount of electricity, they produce a lot of heat, requiring advanced cooling systems inside Google's data centers just to keep them running. FPGA. An FPGA, or Field Programmable Gate Array, is a square chip covered with small pins. Normally, when a chip is made in a factory, its electrical circuits are permanently locked. But an FPGA is different because its internal hardware can be physically reprogrammed after you buy it. An engineer can write code that actually changes the electrical pathways inside to make it act like a CPU, and then later rewrite it to act like an audio processor. This is very useful for tech companies to test new hardware designs before they mass produce a permanent chip. In fact, many modern processors and networking devices are first prototyped on FPGAs before companies spend millions of dollars manufacturing a final version. ASIC. An ASIC, or Application-Specific Integrated Circuit, is the exact opposite of an FPGA. Instead of relying on a software program to tell the chip what to do, the actual instructions are physically baked right into the silicon metal of the chip itself during manufacturing. It is a custom chip that is permanently hardwired from the factory to do exactly one specific task, and it can't do anything else. Because it only has one job, it is very fast and consumes less power compared to a normal CPU. The most common example is a Bitcoin miner. An ASIC miner is way faster at mining crypto than a standard GPU. But there is a catch. If you stop mining, the ASIC chip becomes completely useless because you can't reprogram it to do normal computer tasks. Since the electrical circuits are permanently locked, it can never learn a new job. If the specific software algorithm it was built for ever changes, the chip physically cannot adapt. MCU. An MCU, or microcontroller unit, is a very tiny, cheap chip with metal legs that you usually find on green circuit boards inside household appliances. It is basically a mini computer all by itself, containing a small CPU, RAM, and storage all in one chip. It's not powerful enough to run an operating system like Windows, but it is perfect for simple control tasks. For example, when you set your microwave to 30 seconds, the MCU counts down the timer and spins the plate. Since they only cost a few cents, they are the standard for washing machines and TV remotes. SoC. The SoC, or System on a Chip, is what powers almost every modern smartphone and newer laptops like the Apple MacBooks. In a normal desktop PC, the CPU, GPU, and RAM are all separate parts plugged into the motherboard. An SoC takes components like the CPU, GPU, NPU, and ISP and integrates them together into a single package. Because all the parts are physically touching each other, they can share data instantly. This is one of the biggest reasons modern smartphones can deliver incredible performance while still lasting an entire day on battery. Instead of constantly moving data between separate chips, everything is kept extremely close together for maximum efficiency. This makes the device very fast, and more importantly, it saves a lot of battery power, which is exactly why it has become the standard for portable devices today. Oh yeah, before you go, previously I have also made some awesome video about every Intel and every Ryzen CPU explained, so don't forget to watch them later, okay?